Hello, this might be the beginning of a new Ramble video, which might be a good thing because I don't know how long the other one was going for. I might have had to cut out some of it because I don't know if a little thing turned over and it's a logo on there. But I may not have had it, so I've just given myself like a good place to like and cut and start. But anywho, I've seen some of the like behind the scenes ones of the like ASMR artists. They'll be like, da 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 da. Oops, that was a mistake. And then they'll like start again, and I'm like, oh, that's so smart. They're giving themselves like a marker. And do I do that? No. Also, like, these are people who are doing this as like, professional or like doing this well. All of my stuff is impromptu, so none of my stuff is scripts. It would be fun though to do scripts, I think. I don't know, if anybody ever like sees any of this stuff and is like, oh hey, maybe this random weird person would have fun with a script idea that I have or a script that I wrote, like, oh my gosh, I would be so beyond honored. Can we talk about how honored I'd be if anybody was like, hey Goblin, do you want to like do my script thing? And I'd be like, yes, writer senpai. Okay. So we have random rambles and we have crafty rambles. Random rambles are the ones where I'm basically just absolutely using anybody who could possibly I'm using the idea of someone watching these as body doubling technique. And then the crafty rambles are ones where I'm like, well, that's self-explanatory. I'm doing craft. It makes me think of like, but no, not like, oh ho ho ho, I'm so crafty, but like as in la 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 la, I'm so crafty. Please excuse. Please continue. Okay. So I'd like these at least separated by one. So I don't know. I was trying to do this like all what's it called when you do it where it's the first letter of the words, alliterative. I was trying to be like, oh, talkative Tuesdays, Thespian Thursdays. So I might still go with Thespian Thursdays for the role plays, just because that gives me another look. Now I have 2 anchors, people. This is great. Which now means that the short ones need to exist. One of them needs to exist in here, and one of them needs to exist in here, or they have to exist here and here. Because I'd like them all kind of separated. Like I don't want them same, right next to each other, the same stuff on the same day. And then of course I want the rambles separated. So then we have the read-alouds. I do think Talkative Tuesdays is fun. Oh, and then I also had Fidgeting Fridays. Okay, well, all right, that's kind of, because then I guess, yeah, we can do that. We can do Fidgeting Fridays and Talkative Tuesdays. That's kind of funny. And then Wilderness Wednesdays, because that was one I had for like the photo thought posts. Those could be the song shorts, because they're all, well, no, because like that, they're not all at the park. Not that it would matter. I had at one point story time Saturdays, so I'm gonna put the read alouds on Saturday. That could be like a nice cozy, maybe like going to bed on Saturday night. I don't know. Or would that be nice? Would that be nice like on Monday nights? Like, Mondays are hard. Here's a story for you at the end of the day. Again, bold of me to assume that anybody would be like keeping an eye on this upload schedule. But just for funsies. Because again, I don't have obsessive compulsive disorder at all, so it's not like I'm trying to plan the end from the beginning at all. No. Nothing to see here. Yes, I have obsessive compulsive disorder. Saying that I'm not is a lie. Or saying that I don't is a lie. Okay, so this is a way. Oh, but then there'd be a ramble and a ramble. Does that matter? I mean, obviously none of this matters, Wings to Fly. I don't think I mentioned it in this video, did I? Where I was like, hey, when I'm like physically not doing super well, the major depression disorder tends to take a little bit more control of the bus and the driving of it thereof. Meanwhile, when I'm mentally not doing super well, whether it's that I'm more sad or more stressed, then the anxiety and the panic start going off. So that's fun. Because, generalized anxiety disorder and panic disorder. It's oh my gosh, it's a party up in here. I wonder if my head is visible. I hope it's not. That would be annoying. But I have to like rest the head because I'm kind of tired. This is so uninteresting. Why am I filming this? Oh, that's right, because I'm pretending to have body doubles. Hi, little goblin friends duo. I'm pretending to be my body doubles. Okay. Oh, but then that means... Oh, and on Tuesdays I had the... Oh, that's also something. On Tuesdays I originally had the random rambles, not the random reels and shorts. Or the ramble reels and shorts. That's a folk song, so it's allowed. I can sing that, I think. When I knew my life, I pretty, both sweet and fair, caused me to run. Okay, come on, Wings to Fly, we can do this. You are not just vocal stimming, you are sidetracking yourself. When you start thinking more about the lyrics that you don't know than what you're trying to focus on, that's when you're like, uh-oh. Up goes gravity! Or whatever. I could never really catch the words of what was going on there. I was on TikTok for like a few months and then went off TikTok. And then I was on TikTok for another few months, like 6 months later or like a year later. And then realized why I'd gone off of it the first time is because it is way too sensorily stimulating for me. Just a never-ending road of little videos and different people talking and different things happening, different subjects and all the things. That does not work for me at all. It was like in 2021. Yeah, it was like in 2021 the first time, and then I think it was like a year later, and then it was like in 2022 the second time, and yeah, just found out did not work for me. So any like YouTube, no, any like TikTok sounds that I know are all from like a few years ago. So I know like, well, I know some of them now that I'm on YouTube. I know some of the sounds, but most of any that I know or remember are from a couple years ago. And I'm sidetracking myself again. Come on, Wings to Fly. You can do this. No, I can't. I have to make decisions. I don't want to make decisions. Okay, we do not need to be alliterative. Okay, let's get that through our fuzzy little head. Could do that. Oh, but I did sort of think it'd be nice to have like longer ones separating from the shorter ones. Okay, so if we went back to here. Notice how incredibly unnecessary all of this is. It's so silly. Like, it's literally so silly. Why am I doing this? I don't know. I don't know. I just want to know, like, what feels... Like, what feels good? You know? Like, I don't know. Well, now we've got it where there's no... Okay, so at this moment, there is no short content right next to each other, and there's no ramble content right next to each other, right? Okay, that seems pleasant, which means we could put Thespian Thursdays back a thing and Storytime Saturdays back a thing. We could make random rambles on Mondays if we liked meandering Mondays. Random rambles. We do not need it to be alliterative, but it's fun. Okay. Oh, we could have Tuneful Tuesdays. That could be fun. This is so silly. And I'm aware. So we'd have Storytime Saturdays. And we'd have Frittering Fridays. This is so silly. The thing is, if I have the alliteration, then it can help me remember. Like, this is not something that I will be able to exist in my head. But if I have the alliteration, like Thespian Thursdays, oh, that's the roleplays days. Storytime Saturdays, oh, those are the read-alouds. Like, that then on a given Thursday, I'm able to be like, what's going on my YouTube channel again that I've scheduled? Oh, it's going to be a role play. Like, because like I'm doing this at the same time that I'm also working full time, and like, because obviously this is not like, this is obviously not a job. Like, oh my gosh, this is so silly. And I don't know if I like it. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, so this would be, oh, haha, Sunshine Sundays. Not all my photos have sunshine in them, though. Supportive Sundays. That could be supportive Sundays. Okay, and also it'll help me remember, like, if I'm supposed to do it that day, you know? Random rambles, that would be meandering Mondays. Tuneful Tuesdays. I don't know why that could, I guess tuneful is such a not super used word anymore. Did you know that thespian is spelled with a P? That bothers me because I hear thespian. Excuse me. But apparently it's thespian, which is not really what I say. Story time. Saturdays. And I like that because it starts with an S and it's also got T's in it. Saturdays. So story time. Saturdays. I emphasize the sat instead of the t, but we all got what I was saying, I think. Okay, so Workaday Wednesdays. I'm doing crafts. That's not actual like work. That's just fun stuff. We live in a society where fun has not been classified as that's not productive. So I need to go be productive. Meanwhile, fun is actually incredibly productive and it's called recreation, and that's something that our bodies and brains need. But still, Fridays. These are the little short. Oh, Friendship Fridays? Friendly Fridays? That's kind of cute. Maybe. I don't know if it's cute. Friendly Fridays? Oh, Thespian Thursdays. I didn't write that down. Crafty rambles. What would be a W word that let's see. Jewelry, crafts. Okay. It's gotta be like, it'd be very helpful if I could come up with something alliterative for these 2 days. Okay, supportive Sundays. That's the post. So thought post and supportive Sundays. Hopefully that'll be able to help me remember. Meandering Mondays, I already had that phrase, and that totally works with it. Tuneful Tuesdays, obviously the song ones. Thespian Thursdays, obviously the role plays. Storytime Saturdays, obviously the rear louds. Wednesdays, what are W words? Wonderful, willing, willful, wabbit. Wandering, that's unhelpful. That's folk song, right? Or at least it's so embedded in the public consciousness that it might as well be. Oh my. What do you think, my little goblin friends? Friday. Friendly Friday is fun, but like, will that remind me that it's Ramble? The Ramble shorts? I don't think so. I don't think that Friendly Friday will remind me of that. Although those are ones that I'm trying to be like, positive affirmations! Bring the dialogues that we want to see, that we need into the world. So far all I've got is Friday Fridays and Friendly Fridays, neither of which are particularly helpful for me to remember this. And I really want to figure this out before I end the video, because that would just be such a nice little pin for my brain to have. But also, this is not interesting. Also, none of this has been interesting. Once again, bold of me to assume that this video can go from already not interesting. Well, no, I mean, you could go from already not interesting to even worse. Ooh, cloud cover. Hi, clouds. Are you going to rain for us today? I would love that, personally. I didn't get to go visit my friend today because I was sick. I wanted to see my bestie. Sadness. That is not public domain. That is, however, I love the remix of it, which you can't like find anywhere to purchase the rights for streaming it. I would love to be able to bop out to that in the car, but all I can find is like it on YouTube or whatever. Also, I haven't looked for that in years, but at the time, those were all the only places I could find it. Originally, I had it being Wilderness Wednesday for the short Ramble reels because, excuse me, they were pretty much all at the River Park. Workmanship Wednesdays. Not probably great, but I can work with workmanship. Wait a minute. All this is like subject to change. I need something to help me remember what I'm deciding right now, because I can't like carry this around with me. This whole little like, yeah. I'm kind of bored with the things to help me remember about this little channel I'm having fun doing. Okay, so that just leaves Fridays. Okay, Frittering Fridays. Nope. Friendship Fridays, maybe, but at this point they might remind me of that it's the rambling things. Oh, I'm tired. I'll probably lay down after this. Yes, I've worked so hard. I've worked so hard on mumbling about what's on these papers. Excuse me. Wings to fly? Yes. Let's be nice to ourselves. Wings to fly. Okay. Alfred. Okay. I had Fidgety Fridays when Crafty Rambles was on Fridays. This means also this isn't necessarily delightful. This means I'm going to have to go onto the YouTube channel and just be like, reschedule. But then that's why I'm like wanting to do this, kind of be like, once and for all. That's from Newsies. This is the story you wanted to write. Well, tonight is the night we can. Okay, and now I'm singing non-public domain things, which again I don't really know the like complete illegality of, but like I want to be respectful of intellectual property, just like AI is not. Be the change you want to see in the world. Friday. Rambling Fridays. Virtuosity, that's another song that is not in the public domain. But it's a great song, and I'm getting some of the tune wrong, and definitely making up words, so it's basically not it. Nope, that's actually how AI does stuff. Change it just enough. That's called plagiarism. Okay. I'm thinking a dangerous pastime? I know. Also considering, like, my gauge for, oh, that's too much. Oh, a given, excuse me, not public domain song is very mercurial, depending on the day. Because I know I've sung longer ones than that. I'd love to do cover songs, but, like, I literally looked this up online, and I found one thing that was like, oh yeah, that's totally fine as long as you're fine with, like, you'll never get money from those videos. And then there was another article that was like, never do this if you don't want to get sued. Thank you, oh polarized internet info. That's sort of not helpful, so I'm just being avoidant. What? Okay, what am I... Yeah, some of it was like a little philosophical. Philosophical Fridays? We could be, you know, semi-pretentious and label it philosophical Fridays. That would be annoying, though, because this is the English language, and that means that philosophical is not spelled with an F. And so far, all of these they're not only alliterative, but they're also phonetically alliterative. Is that a way that you'd say that? Okay, but we're getting closer. Like, that's what I'm wanting. What are you watching on YouTube? Oh, just some human brainstorming about an alliterative term for Friday, or an alliterative adjective for Friday to be able to, remind herself that that's the day that she's going to be scheduling short ramble shorts and reels on Instagram and YouTube. What did you just say? Haha, no, that was some other weird universe that doesn't exist. I just, um, I continue to keep this rolling, or else this will just kind of cease to exist on my radar, and I would really, at this point, I'll just remember that that's the shorts, because, okay, so supportive Sundays, okay, I'm gonna close my eyes. Okay, supportive Sundays is the thought / photo posts. Meandering Mondays is random rambles. Tuneful Tuesdays is the songs. Workmanship Wednesdays is the craft rambles. Thespian Thursdays, the role plays. Storytime Saturdays, obviously, the read alouds. And that just leaves Fridays. It could just be the outlier. Or I could misspell philosophical, and it could be fun. No, actually, that would drive me insane. Free Thought Fridays. Freeing Thought Fridays. No, don't like it. Yeah, I'm probably gonna just give up on this. I guess just Friendship Fridays. Friendly Fridays, that was what I was calling them. Because if I remember what everything else is, and then if I call that Friendship Fridays, if I don't remember that, I'll just remember that this exists. Also, again, why am I having an upload every day? Because I love doing all of these things, and I'm just like, hey, if I have this upload scheduled, and then I'll be like, oh, there's like a purpose then to me doing these different things, and it becomes like, oh, there's like a reason for me to do the things that I want to do. It's literally just me coming up with cheat codes for my brain. Because like if I'm just doing these things because I like to do them, if I'm just working on my crafts or just making up writing stories or whatever, there can be a blocker in my brain sometimes where it's like, yeah, sure, I could do that, or I could just not. But if I'm like making these for goblin friends that I've created as existing, like then I'm like, oh, but I want to do that so I can share with my friends. And so yeah, meanwhile, the only thing I can think of is Philosophical Fridays, but that's not even on point, because they're not philosophical per se. I'm just gonna go with Friendly Fridays for now, and then maybe change it. It feels a little presumptuous to be like, oh, those are Friendly Fridays, where I'm so friendly. It's like wings to fly. That is not pretentious. Okay. Now, just to get all the different stuff that I have of all this, all the films and everything, scheduled for posting, because I literally have enough for like the next few months. But yeah, now I have found out that you can auto-generate captions onto YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels. So now I want to see if I can also do that on the big audios, because inclusion, accessibility, so then people who prefer to read any of this, and or my brain just blanked. I follow a lot of content creators on Instagram who are deaf and or use ASL. And I almost said non-hearing people, and I think that was a phrase that one of them used, non-hearing people versus hearing people. But then I had to pause and be like, was that, or was that a fever dream? I think that was I'll have to double check. Okay. Well, hello, little goblins, and goodbye, little goblins. And if you were listening here, like, that's so sweet. That's just so nice. Because I sick and I'm not feeling good today, so thank you for being my friend. Meanwhile, I hope you are all doing good. Please take care of yourselves. And, you know, as we try to find cheat codes for our brains, may the force be with us and may the odds be ever in our favor. You know, other people can be like, that's so weird that that's how you approach things, all they want. But you know what? When you find a cheat code that works for you, that helps you do the things you want or do things the way you want or just helps you to do things, period, like, the back of our hands to them. Who cares? Like, I needed to get this sorted, and I needed it in this, I needed the end result to be an order and like little alliterative titles for the days of the week so I'd remember what was going on the channel on a given Monday when I'm at work. Because that would be, I know me, and I know that will be comforting for me, because this last week I had stuff scheduled going out, and in my head I'd be like, what's going on today? Oh, yeah, that's going out, you know? So I know me, I know this, having the little alliterative titles will be helpful, because it will help me remember what's going on the channel on the daily, because it's alliterative. Meanwhile, I wanted to start like posting something every day, which I know, like, I get it. That's a lot. That's so much. Oh, I don't know if you could just hear that, but my tummy is apparently trying to let me know that I probably need to eat. It's fine. I will eat. Eating is good. Eating is good. Like, I don't dislike eating. I just want to do other things sometimes with my time. Like, and again, sometimes it's just a sensory thing. Like, that's a lot of sensation and sensory input sometimes. Okay. Oh yeah, no, sorry. I was trying to end on like a thumbs up sort of a note. This was helpful for me to do this, and I needed to do this to be able to get to the next like step in, because I needed to do this so that I could schedule some of these other things that I've got all uploaded to the channel, but I didn't know like when I wanted to schedule them, and I wanted to start working on a lot of the captioning and whatever. But like, okay, I need to schedule this stuff, and so I knew that if I put on a little, if I made this a video, put on a little ramble, or made it into a little, put on the camera and put on a little ramble, I knew I'd do it. Instead of like, oh, I'll do a little bit now, oh, then maybe later, I'll try to get back to it or whatever. And that it worked for me. The fact that this video, I could delete this video now. I'm not going to, because then that invalidates in my brain the very purpose for which. So I'm doing them, one, because I personally think these are fun on channels, and two, because I am literally using this whole concept as one of the little body doubling things in my life, and it's actually been really fun and it has been, not just it's been helpful. And so if I just do this and then immediately delete the video, that invalidates it from my brain and it won't work. So I am going to, well, first I'll listen through and make sure that whatever I said can be aired. And then I'm going to post this, but just, if anybody's watching this and still here and all the things, you now know that Mondays, they are meandering Mondays. And that is the day that we air random rambles around here, because we are random goblin up in here. And, all of this, I'm figuring this out. Okay, this is the way it is. It could change tomorrow. I have no idea. I just live here with the brain. I control my reactions to the brain, but I'm not able to control always the input to the brain and how the brain responds to that input. I respond to how the brain is responding to input. Oh, you got input, you're having a panic attack about it? Okay, let's handle the panic attack. Let's figure out how we maybe can prevent panic attacks from that sort of input in future. But yeah, sometimes it really does just feel like I'm along for the ride. That is not like letting go of responsibility for myself. It is letting go of hyper responsibility for myself, which maybe we'll talk about sometime. Hope you're doing all right. I hope that if you wanted sunshine today, it is sunny for you. And I hope that if you wanted rain today, it is rainy for you. And if that conflicts for anybody who's living in the same area and wanting different things, hey, there's little light clouds that just whoosh by. It works. Take care of yourselves the best that you can, sweethearts. And just believe in the me that believes in you. I may be sick, but I still believe in you. Rock on. Loves. Bye-bye.